Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast. Today is Thursday, September 17th, 2020. Today I'm going to go over yesterday's baseball games, look ahead to today's games, preview and predict today's NBA playoffs, Stanley Cup playoffs, and Thursday night football. We got golf to talk about as well, and my best bet of the day. So we are going to start with Major League Baseball, go over that slate, and look ahead to what should be an interesting slate today. Nationals over the Rays 4-2 in 10 innings. Nats 18-29, Rays 31-18. Daniel Hudson the win, Nick Anderson the loss, and Kyle McGowan the save. Brandon Lau hit a game-tying home run in the bottom of the ninth, and then Luis Garcia hit a two-run shot in the top of the 10th to give the Nats the lead, and Asdrubal Cabrera homered in this game as well in the top of the 6th inning. A's over the Rockies 3-1. The A's 31-19, Colorado 22-26. Mike Fiers the win, German Marquez the loss, and Liam Hendricks the save. No homers in this game. Dodgers over the Padres 7-5. If the Padres had won, then I would have won a nice money line parlay with them, the Athletics, and another team. Dodgers 35-15, San Diego 32-19. Adam Kolarek the win, Adrian Morjan the loss, and Pedro Baez the save. Home runs AJ Pollock, Chris Taylor, Jurickson Profar, and Manny Machado. Cardinals over the Brewers 4-2 in game number 1 of a doubleheader. Cardinals 22-22, Milwaukee 22-26. Adam Wainwright the win, Brendan Woodruff the loss. Home runs Keston Hiura, Tyler O'Neill, and Brad Miller. Marlins over the Red Sox 8-4. The Marlins are 25-22, big win for them. Boston 18-32. Getting the win for Miami, Yimi Garcia, and Mike Kickham the loss for Boston. Home runs Garrett Cooper, Jorge Alfaro twice, and JD Martinez. Reds over the Pirates 1-0. 25-26 are the Reds. Pittsburgh 14-34. Luis Castillo to win. JT Brubaker to loss. Rafael Iglesias to save. Yankees over the Blue Jays 13-2. So the Yankees look like they're back for after what was a really bad slump, losing 15 out of 20. Aaron Judge came back last night. Giancarlo Stanton came back 2 nights ago. Yankees 7 straight wins, 28-21 on the year. 3 back of the Rays. Now that division is suddenly interesting again. Toronto 26-22. Garrett Cole the win, Tanner Roark the loss. Home runs DJ LeMahieu, Kyle Higashioka, Clint Frazier, LeMahieu again, Higashioka again, Luke Voigt, Higashioka a third time, and Joe Panik. Mets over the Phillies 5-4. The Mets are 22-27. Phillies 24-24. Miguel Castro to win. Hector Neris the loss. Edwin Diaz to save. 2 home runs in this game. Gene Segura and J.D. Davis. Royals over the Tigers 4-0. The Royals are 21-29. The Tigers 21-27. Brady Singer to win. Tariq Skubal the loss. The lone home run in this game was a 2-run shot by Salvador Perez. Orioles over the Braves 5-1. Baltimore 22-27. Atlanta 29-21. Cody Aiken the win, Cole Hamels the loss. No home runs in that game. Twins over the White Sox 5-1, so I lose best bet. Minnesota 31-20, Chicago 32-17. Rare loss for the White Sox. As the White Sox blow an opportunity to clinch their first playoff spot in 12 years. So they have another day to do it. Cody Stachek the win, Lucas Giolito the loss. Home runs, Eddie Rosario, Byron Buxton, Jose Abreu, who's probably the American League MVP favorite right now, and Miguel Sano. Rangers over the Astros 1-0. The Rangers 18-31, Houston 24-25. Kyle Gibson the win, Ryan Presley the loss. Brewers over the Cardinals 6-0. Doubleheader game number 2 is a COVID makeup game. Milwaukee 23-26, St. Louis 22-23. Freddie Peralta the win, Jose Avito the loss. Home runs Ryan Braun and Josh Nottingham. Cubs over the Indians 3-2 in 10 innings on a walk-off single by Javier Baez. Cubs 30-20, Cleveland 26-23. Getting the win for Chicago, Jason Adam, and the loss for the Indians was Phil Maton. This was the other underdog I had on a moneyline parlay. If San Diego didn't lose, then that would have been a winner. Or if I picked say the Cardinals in that and Wainwright game instead of the Padres. There's a couple other underdogs that could have gone with the Mets weren't a dog, although they probably flipped to a dog after Jacob deGrom got hurt. Oscar Mercado was the lone home run in this game. It was a game-tying shot in the top of the fifth for the Indians. Diamondbacks over the Angels 9-6. D-backs 19-31, or the Angels 20-30. Taylor Clark the win, Dylan Bundy the loss, and Stefan Crichton the save. Home runs in this game: Max Stassi, Blair Walsh, I'm sorry, not Blair Walsh, Jared Walsh. Justin Upton, Cole Calhoun, again against his former team, and David Peralta. Giants over the Mariners 9-3. The Giants are trying for that last playoff spot. 24-24. Seattle 22-27. Trevor Cahill the win, and LJ Newsome the loss. Home runs: Brandon Bell, Evan Longoria, and Brandon Crawford. Today's games: 1 o'clock Red Sox Marlins, Nathan Eovaldi and Jose Urena. 2 o'clock Twins White Sox, Kenta Maeda and Reynaldo Lopez. 4 o'clock Diamondbacks Angels, Alex Young and Griffin Canning. Makeup game, doubleheader, or no, it's not a doubleheader game, it's just a makeup game between the Giants and the Mariners. Tyler Anderson and Nick Marvicius. Doubleheader game 1, 4:30, Rays Orioles, Blake Snell and Dean Kramer. I think this was a makeup game from the tropical storm Florida had about a month ago. 7 o'clock, Blue Jays Yankees, Chase Anderson and Masahiro Tanaka. Mets Phillies, Seth Lugo and Aaron Nola. Cardinals Pirates, Dakota Hudson and Stephen Brault. Indians Tigers, Shane Bieber and Casey Mize. That's a good pitching matchup. Rangers Astros, Jordan Lyles and Framber Valdez. 7:30, Orioles Rays Game 2. We don't have pitching matchups yet. And the Dodgers against the Rockies at 8:30. Julio Urias and Kyle Freeland. Now we'll preview and predict tonight's NBA Eastern Conference Finals game number 2 between the Boston Celtics and the Miami Heat. Miami came away with the 117-114 overtime victory the other day. On the call, this game will be Mike Breen, Mark Jackson, and Jeff Van Gundy. They obviously did not do this game due to the Game 7 against the Clippers and the Nuggets. It was Mark Jones and Doris Burke doing that game for ESPN, the Game 1. So it's fair to see Mark Jones on a Game 1 of a conference finals. But we saw it there. So Boston is favored by 2.5 on FanDuel. And the total is 208.5. I would make this actually a pick'em between these two teams. I could see a world where the Celtics win by 2 and Miami covers. I don't feel good about a side, but I'll say that the Celtics win and even up the series at 1 apiece. In terms of a side, I'm going to go with over 208. These two teams can score. They can play good defense too, but I think overtime is what made this game go over. But I'm going to say that it goes over 208.5. I'm going to say that the Celtics win 110-108. And that goes easily over the total. Now I'm going to go over the hockey from yesterday. And Or I'm sorry, just go over, there was no hockey yesterday. We have a Game 6 tonight between the Lightning and the Islanders, 8 o'clock, NBC, SN. The Lightning in this match are favored minus 160 it says on ESPN. I have 165 here on FanDuel. Islanders plus 140, over under 5.5. The over's plus 135, the under's minus 160. I think the Lightning close out tonight. I think that they could have won Game 5, but it went to overtime, and the Islanders just won. So, I'm going to say that the Lightning close out tonight. They need Braden Point back offensively for sure, but I think they'll get it done. I think that Vasilevsky will play well. I think that Nikita Kucherov will play well. And they'll advance to their first Stanley Cup final in 5 seasons. So give me the Lightning to advance tonight. Now I'm going to preview and predict tonight's game between the Bengals and the Browns on Thursday Night Football. I would make the Browns a 6.5 point favorite at home against the Bengals. They have they're gonna have fans in the stands limited, and FanDuel has it at 6.5 over under 43.5. The Browns are under a ton of pressure after what was a disastrous loss for them in Week 1 to go out and prove that was just a 1-week fluke and that the Ravens are pretty much the same team as last year. The Bengals want to prove to everybody that they'll be a competitive, tough out all year, and I think some of those guys believe that they could beat the Browns. They probably watched that Browns game on Sunday thinking, hey, we could beat those guys. But some people may say it looks easy. I think that the Browns, like I said, know what's at stake. There's some turmoil already. Odell Beckham Jr. trade rumors. Baker Mayfield. A lot of people are starting to doubt him. Maybe Johnny Manziel comparisons could come into play if they lose again here or if he has another bad game. But I'm going to say that the Browns get it done. There's going to be fans in the stands. Very, very limited number, like 5,000. Big game. I remember Baker Mayfield's first game was on Thursday Night Football against the Jets. And they came from behind and won that game. And that was like the breakthrough of Baker Mayfield. I think something similar can happen here, where it's like a rebirth game for Baker. I could see the running game going crazy. Although they don't have a bad run defense. They did a good job against Austin Eckler the other day. Their secondary is bad. Austin Hooper, I think, will have a good game. I could see Odell and Landry both going off. So give me the Browns. I think their defense is better than what it showed. I just think that was a tough spot against the Ravens. So I think the Browns will win 27-20. But my play for this game, over 43.5. The juice is towards the under minus 115, so I'm getting value on the over here at minus 105. I think Burrow and the Bengals can put up points, and I think that the Browns can put up points. So give me the over in tonight's Thursday night football matchup between the Browns and the Bengals. And by the way, I'm not doing projected totals until week 4 of the season. Now I'm going to do golf. The U.S. Open on their way. All the big names in the tournament. It should be good. I gave out my Webb Simpson 25-1 as my pick for this tournament, and your current leaderboard as things stand at the moment. Tied for first with 2 under, Rory McIlroy and Brandon Wu. Tied for third with 1 under, Tyrell Hatton, Brian Harman, Davis Thompson, Justin Rose, Lucas Glover, Corey Connors, Charles Howell, and Robert McIntyre. Tied for 11th at even, JT Potson, Curtis Luck, Preston Shumares, Justin Corcoran, Carrie English, Thomas Detry, Hideki Matsuyama, Patrick Reed, Webb Simpson, Jason Day, Paul Waring, Adam Scott, Justin Thomas, Graham McDowell, Mackenzie Hughes, Adam Hadwin, Sandy Scott, Ryo Ishikawa, Sebastian Munoz, Dylan McCarthy, Kurt Kitayama, Ryan Vermeer, and Troy Merritt. Tied for 34th with 1 over, Ryan Fox, Andy Sullivan, Martin Kamer, Jazz Jawanown, Matt Wallace, Jimmy Walker, John Augenstein, Tyler Duncan, Brendan Todd, Colin Moriko, Tiger Woods, Christian Benzoot, Henrik Stenson, Ian Poulter, Matt Kuchar, Max Homa, Chun An Yu, Justin Harding, Eddie Pepperell, Scott Henn, and Sammy Valimaki. Now I'm just going to go through the rest of the notables. Sergio Garcia's 2 over. Patrick Cantley's 2 over in a 55th place tie as of right now. Ches Reeves in 66th in a tie with 3 over. So is Joel Dahman. Yet to tee off, Richie Werenski. Ryan Werenski's from the Blue Jackets. Whoops. You got Ryan Palmer yet to tee off. Michael Thompson, Sungjae Im, Joaquin Neiman, Lee Westwood, Bubba Watson, Cam Champ, Gary Woodland, Shane Lowry, Matt Fitzpatrick, Dustin Johnson, Bryson DeChambeau, Tony Finau, Tommy Fleetwood, Kevin Kisner, Paul Casey, Phil Mickelson, John Rahm, Lewis Olson, Zach Johnson, Xander Schauffele, Billy Horschel, Ricky Fowler, Victor Hovland, Mark Hubbard, Danny Lee, and that's still yet to tee off in golf. Before I do best bet, I want to go talk about a little TV pop culture stuff. Dancing with the Stars started on Monday night. We just never got a chance to go over it due to the fact that there's football going on. Your new host is Tyra Banks. Your couples, Monica Aldama and Valentin Chemerkovsky, Carol Baskin from Tiger King, and Pasha Paskov, Caitlin Bristol of The Bachelorette, and Artem Shiknestev. And by the way, Monica Aldama's from Cheer. Vernon Davis, the former tight end, again, and Peta Murgatoid. Anne Hetch, who's an actress with Keo Monteseep. Sky Jackson from Disney Channel with Alan Bernstein. Justina Machado, she's an actress with Sasha Ferber. TV host Jenny May and Brandon Armstrong. AJ McLean of the Backstreet Boys and Cheryl Burke. Desperate Housewives is Jesse Metcalf and Sharma Vergis. Nelly and Daniela Karagach. Charles Oakley and Emma Slater. Catfish host and producer Nev Schulman and Jenna Johnson. Actress and TV star Chriselle Stoss and Gleb Savchenko. And Olympic figure skater and former egg on The Masked Singer Johnny Weir and Britt Stewart. But yeah, Tom Bergeron and Erin Andrews are no more. Tyra Banks is the new host, and she is an executive producer as well. And Derek Ho is returning to the show to fill in for Len Goodman due to Goodman being unable to travel due to COVID. The couple that got voted off, looks like, did Carol Baskin already get voted off on the Dancing with the Stars? Or no, we don't have a elimination yet. But Carol Baskin did have the lowest score with Pasha Pashkov. And then the highest score was Sky and Alan and Justina and Sasha. AJ and Cheryl did Blinding Lights by the Weekend. Chriselle and Gleb did Raise Your Glass. Vernon and Peta did All of Me. Ann and Keo did Don't Start Now. Jeannie and Brenda did Tell It to My Heart. Jesse and Sharna did Part-Time Lover. Sky and Alan did Super Bass. Caitlin and Artem did Stupid Love. Nev and Jenna did The Way You Look Tonight. Johnny and Britt did Buttons. Justina and Sasha did Respect. Charles and Emma did In the Club. Monica and Val did My Wish by Rascal Flatts. Nelly did his own song, Ride With Me, with Daniela, and then Carol Baskin and Pasha did Eye of the Tiger, which was appropriate for Carol Baskin. Masked Singer starts in 6 days. On Wednesday's show next week, we're going to look back on the Super Sneak Peek show and talk about each character. And we're going to maybe speculate a little bit on early guesses and all that fun stuff. Obviously, Nick Cannon's back as host of the show after there was speculation that he'd be fired due to the issue he had over the summer when he made those comments about Jews, but he apologized for that, and now he's back on the show. The 4 judges are back: Jenny McCarthy, Ken Jeong, Nicole Scherzinger, and Robin Thicke. And speaking of Ken Jeong, he is hosting a new show, which we're obviously going to be talking about on this podcast. And it's on after The Masked Singer. I Can See Your Voice. He's the host of the show. It's about contestants that come on and they are supposed to match the voices to the contestants. So it's interesting for sure. And it's good to see that Ken Jeong gets another opportunity here. Fox really loves Ken Jeong, and I think he's going to stick around a long time. And it's cool that he's still going to do The Masked Singer because, let's face it, Masked Singer's not Masked Singer without Ken Jeong and some of his stupid guesses. So I Can See Your Voice is something we're going to talk about on the show. Lego Masters isn't coming back until like December, January. And then Weakest Link is coming back too to NBC. That's an old game show that was popular earlier in the century. So that's cool that that's coming back. That was like a big deal in like 2000. I want to say 2006, 2007, and like that time frame. So obviously we'll talk more about TV pop culture as the fall and winter goes on. And now my best bet of the day, brought to you by FanDuel. There's some interesting choices for me. There's another couple overs in baseball that I am intrigued about. Yankees, Blue Jays over 9.5 is intriguing because of how well the Yankee offense has been swinging the bats. Texas, Houston, no, they're at 9, although that's intriguing too. Mariners, Giants over 9's juiced to -118. I'm going to go over 9.5 Blue Jays, Yankees for my best bet of the day. Yankee offense has been on fire. I can see a world where Toronto's offense starts to hit again a little bit. Masahiro Tanaka's been pitching well. This is a Yankee offense over pick more than Chase Anderson over pick. Although Chase Anderson has struggled a little bit lately here for the Toronto Blue Jays. So my best bet, over 9.5 Blue Jays, Yankees for tonight. And that's it for the show. We'll be back tomorrow recapping Thursday Night Football, NBA, NHL, Major League Baseball. We can head to the weekend stuff. College football I'll be talking about as well. Golf and NASCAR too. Hope you guys have a great day, everyone.